Hi, this is a quick video about the books I have that I haven't read, but only the ones I have on Kindle. The other day I was watching a video on YouTube and somebody was mentioning all the books they bought but haven't read yet, and I thought, that's a good idea. But then I counted mine and I had about 70, so I thought that would have been a long video. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna run through the books that I have bought but I haven't read, but only the ones I have on Kindle. So most of them have been bought recently, so at least they haven't been sat on my Kindle for like years and years. But anyway, I'm looking forward to reading them all, and let me know if you've read any and what you thought of them. So the first one is The Medea Complex by Rachel Florence Roberts, and it's about a woman who suffers from insanity and she's sent to an asylum in about 1885, I think. And it's about the perception of mental illnesses back in that, back in that time, in those days, and about the struggle of how we see insanity and all the mental problems and how they were perceived back in 1885. So that should be a good book. Another one is by Iain Banks, The Crow Road. I love Iain Banks and I read quite a few of his books and I want to read more and more. And this one was actually on Kindle Daily Deal, so I got it for only 99p. And I think it's about this guy who lives in Scotland, and he kind of starts solving the mystery of his uncle's death or disappearance years ago. And his uncle disappeared whilst he was writing a book called The Crow Road, and basically it's another book about the family's a family's secrets and what we really are deep underneath. Just another typical Iain Banks book, I think, so I'm looking forward to reading it. The next one that I managed to get for 99p again on Kindle Daily Deals is The Book Thief by Markus Zusac. I'm a bit apprehensive and I'm a bit worried about reading this book because I have such high expectations, and I wasn't even sure whether I was going to buy it when it was full price, because I thought, what if I don't enjoy it as much as everybody else did? So I find it quite difficult sometimes reading books that everybody else is raving about, because you kind of don't get a chance to form your own opinion, or you always expect it to be something it might not be. But I'll see. I'll see what I think. The next book is Deathless by Catherynne Valente, and I watched a couple of videos with reviews and that seems to be really good. The next one is by Lesley McDowell, Unfashioned Creatures. I think it's quite a gothic Victorian novel about, I think it's about the lady who's supposedly Mary Shelley's friend, and she struggles, she's in an unhappy relationship or unhappy marriage, and she meets this doctor who makes it his personal thing to kind of solve the problems or something along those lines. But it's quite a mysterious book, it's quite a gothic story from what I've read, so that should be quite good. The next one is Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore by Robin Sloan. Another one, when I heard about it, when it just came out, I thought, oh, it's going to be such a good read. And then there've been so many reviews and so many people raving about it, and the other people saying, oh, it's overrated and it's not as good. So I might just keep it till I go on holiday or something, because it seems like an easy read, and see what I think about it then. The next book is a collection of Edgar Allan Poe stories, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. The following one is The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. I love Donna Tartt. I absolutely adored The Secret History. It's one of my favourite books of all time, and I really enjoyed the Little Friend by her as well. I know not many people did, but I loved it, so I'm looking forward to reading this book. The next book is by Naoki Higashida, and it's called The Reason I Jump, and it's a story of a 13-year-old boy with autism, and it's basically told from his perspective why he sometimes does things he does, and how, you know, we don't understand where the urge comes from. So I like reading books like that. I like getting the insight into, you know, other people's minds and kind of see how they see the world, which is different from ours. Another book I'm looking forward to reading is Flow Down Like Silver by Kai Longfellow. I haven't heard anybody mention Kai Longfellow on Goodreads, and I'm not entirely sure why, because I read Houdini's Heart by Kai Longfellow last year, and it was amazing. It was such a good book. It was such a disturbing book in a way. And this particular book, is about Hypatia, who lived in, I think it was the 4th century, and she was one of the greatest mathematicians and philosophers of the day, but being a woman, she obviously was kind of ignored in a way, and there's not that many historical books mentioning her. So it's in a way, historical novel about her, and it's supposed to be really, really good, so I'm looking forward to reading it. And the last book is by Daniel Drezner, and it's called Theories of International Politics and Zombies. And basically it's a book about international politics, but it's explained using zombies, like political parties and their policies explained in the way how they would deal with, like, if there was a zombie apocalypse, and how different political structures and ideas you know, would work. So that should be a really good read. I'm looking forward to it. Let me know if you've read any of those books and what you thought of them. Bye!